Click, click.
That's it.
That's it. Well, welcome back to another edition of Two Dudes Just Sitting Back Talking Shit. Or the story so far. Again. Just to fill you in on what's been happening and try and piece together some semblance of a storyline.
That's right. Well, I think the avid viewers probably haven't missed a great deal if you've been watching, because we've covered most of what has occurred with the footage, but there's always some behind the scenes action that is not discussed in the videos.
That's true too, yeah. So I think where we left off was at the end of the last story so far was the Atten fight with the Dolly Durka.
Dolly Mine was the last one, yeah.
Yep. And that left us with probably a return trip back to town, I'm probably quite sure, again.
And a long rest.
Yeah, king of the long rests, and then heading back into the abandoned mine proper.
Well, why were we fighting Dolly Durka?
Because I believe Bjorn Kegskuller, the blacksmith in Ravensport, his cousin of the Hill Dwarf clan, had been operating this iron ore mine for quite a while, and the whole reason why you guys are involved in because something happened, and they were forced out of the mine, and it had been abandoned for a couple of months, and he's got no resources left because they were supplying him as well as the caravan coming in, so you were hired on, so to speak, to go and investigate and try and hopefully find out the problem, why the dwarves were forced out.
So where was Dolly Durka though? Was Dolly Durka in the mine?
She was at the entrance to the mine.
There you go. Alright. So the mine, where's the mine on the map?
Well,
down past the farm.
No, out the north gate.
I always will bring up the oldie map.
Out the north gate, and
I'm always a fan of the map.
It was about half a day, 3/4 of a day travel. There was a track that led off to the west, off the North Road.
Yep.
And he followed that to the entrance of the mine. Had all those rock crushing machines and rock breaking machines and whatnot out the front.
That's right,
Yep.
And is that where Dolly Durka was? In that particular?
Yep, in that,
that makes sense.
Spot. Yep.
Deal with that. We're actually going to camp there for the night. I'm not sure if we ended up doing that or not.
That sounds unlikely.
Wasn't it? We
no, knowing you guys there, that's...
Try and move back to town to do our thing. And to stop in and see Mistress Kirsten and see if she's got any supplies. Which she's not going to get supplies until we do the caravan thing. So there's that. And when we did return to town, it was just the oldie rest, wasn't it?
Yeah, the long rest madness,
really occurring.
Not much going on.
I suspect we would have gone to Mistress Kirsten, as is our usual one. We usually tend to keep her informed.
Yep, and then give her an update of nothing really.
Not much doing.
Not much.
Yeah. So then, after the oldie long rest, we returned to the mine on that occasion with Paul Mine. And we actually entered proper, so that was like the next Tuesday night D&D.
That's right, nothing random happening along the way, because you guys were really keen to get into the mine. And you came into the mine, into the first chamber, which was like a sort of dormitory, sort of kitchen dormitory, sleeping area.
Yeah, there was that, like little kitchenette, I remember that.
Yep, and that's where, and you love this fight, it was one of your favourite fights, I think, today.
Oh, the Rust Monsters.
The Rust Monsters,
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So it wasn't that they did damage, obviously, it was that they just, for want of a better word, and I won't use the word, but they destroyed things.
Yeah, well, that was the whole design of the encounter. It wasn't to deal damage, it was really just to destroy armour and weapons.
Yep. So Tom got out pretty lightly. He got shield -1. Pirate Steve didn't fare so well. No, actually, Tom must have lost one of his weapons as well.
No, he didn't. No.
How were his weapons unaffected?
Because he was casting the
casting
guiding bolt, and then he rolled the fumble, he rolled the gooch on the attack roll and dropped his thing, and I should have had that rust monster pick it up and suck on it like a lollipop, or played it a bit differently rather than just to drop at the feet.
But sure enough, like when we got into that area, there was a lot of rusted artifacts, and Carrick, what is he now? Balazar.
Yeah.
Was straight onto it. He said, "Look, it's been a month. There's rust."
Couple of months, yeah. With the description
Yeah. What's
from
going
the
on?
DM, yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of rusted
He
picks
called
and
it.
shovels, and the minecart tracks were rusted and missing in spots, and so the clues were given.
Yeah. The bell was rung also at that stage.
Yep, clues were given, and
Yeah. I suffered particularly in that encounter because I'd just recently purchased the 200 gold U-Beauty armour,
yeah,
and that was decimated for 3. My weapon became basically non-effective, and at that point I resorted to
It ate
Golden
your shield
Great Club,
too.
and my shield was completely ruined. And then Pirate Steve lost a cutlass,
Yeah, his weapon was reduced.
and he had to pull out a dagger from his boot. And then what happened with the other cutlass that's still effective, yeah?
Yep, still all good.
Because it got to the point where his weapon had rusted and he even didn't take an opportunity to attack.
No,
Because,
he just thought, no,
you
I'm
know,
not.
There
I'm
was
not,
enough
no.
damage.
After reverse it, it's like, oh, I'm not going to waste another weapon.
So HP wise, we were completely intact,
pretty well.
but I was just completely decimated, personally. And we continued though.
You did
in great fashion.
In your defence, you did have a Ross monster front and behind. You know, so whilst you're trying to kill one
That's
behind,
true.
there's one always trying to lick your bum from behind. You know,
because
so
my idea was to go straight in, draw the heat. I saw some monsters, I didn't know what they were, and of course, just full huddy, straight into it.
that's it.
And yeah, front and back, and they're just all over me, like a fat kid on rice. So that happened,
That's right. Yep.
and then down we go.
You walked straight past
There was a
the forge. Yep.
yeah,
The next sort of
I remember that.
mined out area.
yeah, there was
was a
nothing
forge.
else in there.
Well, you didn't bother looking.
Didn't we look in that area?
No.
Well, that was pretty
No.
foolhardy.
Yeah, it was because there was a good encounter in that room too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No, I don't mind spilling the beans on it now.
Yeah. Well, that's silly.
We're around the forge. The dwarves have actually conjured up a minor fire elemental. Remember another
Wow.
clue given that it's been how many months of inactivity from the
Yeah,
forge?
and
2
yet it was
months.
still burning.
And the coals of the forge was
That's
the embers of the
true.
coals were still glowing.
Yeah, so that's
Another clue not
another
missed.
clue.
Or
yeah.
missed or
well,
not
that
picked
one
up
was
on.
missed. Yeah.
So that was
Yeah.
would have been a smaller, minor fire elemental
Well,
I
would have
designed
been
for that.
XP.
Well, you know,
Nothing
yeah.
else, or maybe
XP.
death. Who knows? Never,
And
never
that,
can
that
tell.
opportunity was missed because no one decided to look around, or even with the clues given.
Yeah, fair call.
Oh well, you know.
So yeah, and then we went around, and there was the tracks,
Yep. T
all that
junction.
stuff. That's right.
Yep. In fact, I might even show the viewers the map because
Yeah.
you guys didn't really explore the whole thing anyway.
No,
so
we haven't. Yeah,
um,
but we're still going back there.
no,
Well, we
it's
are
all
back
right.
there at the minute. We're in the mine at the moment.
No, you're not. No.
Didn't we go in there? Anyway, I'm digressing.
Yeah. No, you're not in the mine.
We're not in the mine.
No, you've already
Returned after our
returned
last-
and told him it's all good. You've killed the earth elemental, and he's sent Yakov off on a horse to.
Oh, okay, so we missed the boat
go on.
completely.
So,
That sucks.
so that's the map.
Alright.
So
So we,
you come in through that way. That's the dormitory.
yeah,
That's the forge.
Yeah,
you
and then we
went
turn
down
right.
here and
then
into
we got
there.
to-
So effectively,
there was still a bit more there.
there's still quite a bit more
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
Yep. So just
Yeah,
for
give us an
viewers.
overlay of that, yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of hard to line it up, but I'm
I
sure
don't
we'll manage.
know.
Bit tricky on. You gotta, weave your magic.
So they've come down. I don't know if it's hard to see. So they've come in and around and down,
Might have to.
then up to the T junction.
Yeah, I'll give you a hand, brother.
You give us a hand.
This is the, because you can't really see it on the camera because
No.
the camera's dark, but there we are. Whether or not that comes through.
Yeah. So they've come in and down south and headed around to the east.
Not really.
And then really sort of gone along the bottom of the map and missed half the dungeon and half the encounters, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Which at the time probably was not a terrible bad thing because I was pretty
No,
racked
but-
and ruined.
It means that the entire thing wasn't mapped out, and whatever monsters have been left there for the dwarves to return to in combat, so which will be interesting.
Well, so we didn't eradicate all the
yeah.
threats.
No, you didn't. No.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to It's hard to know if you haven't mapped out the entire area. So
Yeah, true enough.
you know, yes, interesting.
So then we returned. We spoke to Bjorn.
Oh no, because after the Rust Monsters, did you go back again, or did you keep going?
Oh no, we kept going. We
Kept
haven't got
going.
there to the Stone Guardian. So we reached like the terminus. You know, the track had ended at that point. It was the bottom half of the mine as was seen from the map.
Yeah, the
Bottom,
track. Yeah,
off the top.
Yep, track still kept going to the top
Yeah,
and
yeah.
off to
Yeah.
the east, and you encountered a couple of the Mines Guardians. Yeah, which is a couple of the stone defenders, stone defenders. Yeah,
And that was the Dwarven. That was their protection, which we didn't know.
no,
We only found it out after the combat.
Yep.
But yeah, so we entered that combat, all greatly reduced.
Oh, just merely AC for
Yeah,
some, and
but weapon-wise as well.
yeah,
So that's when I was rocking the Great Club,
yes,
which is
outrageous.
two-handed 1d8. Two-handed. But I didn't have a shield at that point anyway, so it didn't
Didn't really
impact
matter.
me so much.
No,
I was doing 1d8 anyway.
that was a really challenging fight, and Pirate Steve took a big hammering. We hopefully learn about reactions in that fight as well too, maybe, maybe not.
Seems to be a continuous
Yep.
lesson.
But they really underperformed, those monsters.
Yeah, we did get
because
lucky, didn't we?
they should have done a lot more damage than what they did, and they started off really well. And then, as usual, the dice fall into the black pit, and I can't roll hits or nothing, and you know.
Did anyone even... Usually I fall down, get knocked unconscious.
No, I was. I don't think
Wonder if
anyone
anyone-
got knocked prone. Oh, there was knocking prone because of the type of attack
Yeah,
by
that
the
was
shield guys.
consistent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but apart from that,
yeah.
I don't think anyone went down.
And that was the mighty...
Yeah, the statues with the double shields.
Yeah, it was
and
pretty cool.
yeah,
That was a big highlight. That was instigated by Dizzy. There you go, bit of back information there. So after that we went back.
Yep, went back.
Went back to Bjorn
Yep.
because I wanted to have a little prod and try to get hold of the old armour and
Yeah.
such.
Give him an update, and
Unsympathetic ears at that point.
well, he's got no materials. That's
Well,
why he sent you
true
there
enough.
to
Yeah.
help his cousin out.
But he did sell
to
us
help him.
his shield,
Yes.
which I wanted, I coveted, but Tom had his, and it was for -1 AC. If I took that, he took the one +2 AC, if that makes sense. So not -1 AC. One shield had 1 AC, the other shield had 2 AC bonus.
Well, the Rust Monsters, they licked your
Yeah.
shield, or
Yeah,
his
mine
shield
was,
was reduced
yeah.
by effectiveness by
And
one.
the reasoning was because he was lower level that he had less hit points, and therefore,
Yeah, that old chestnut.
Give him
That doesn't wash with me.
hey,
You're in for a penny, you're in for a pound.
well,
you know?
I'm the frontliner, so
So it
yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, I could have done with it, but -1 is not much difference when you.
No, doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
So I've been rolling on that. And yeah,
Yep. So
then what? Then the next week after that, because that was the end of that session.
Yep.
Then we were down a mage.
Yep.
So Morgaine couldn't make it.
Probably doing some spell research with
Meditating?
Mistress Kirsten, I reckon,
Yeah,
maybe,
I think
or a
that's
bit of
what
study
happened.
with Mistress Kirsten.
Yeah.
Sounds plausible to me.
Yeah, I think
Or
that's
even
really.
just spending time in research and study
Yeah,
yourself.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put much thought into her spells. At which point, Dizzy, what did we do then, matey? That's the
You were debating what to do.
the
you know,
three amigos.
Yep, you had some options there. Did you want to go to the sewers, or did you want to go to the mine, or
Yeah.
did you want to explore the missing child option? There wasn't really much movement on the bounty board.
We went to the mine, didn't we?
I believe so, because
did.
the Elven Council were,
That's right.
very close
Yep.
to hopefully making an appearance.
Yep.
And so it was decided that you go back to the mines.
Yeah, that makes sense now.
Go back to the mines and try and sort that problem out for Mr. Keg
Not
Sculler
sure.
and his cousin.
Relative to the map, but it was certainly up to the north where we ended up. It was near where we ran into the Stone Guardians. We continued through there
Yep.
somewhat, and we encountered a cool thing for me because it had little bit of dust and that I could use my special
End of
effects.
Dungeon Monster, yeah.
Yeah.
You encountered the Earth Elemental.
That's right, Earth Elemental.
Earth Elemental, and this was the reason that the dwarves had been forced out of the mine. Was the Earth Elemental.
Okay.
They disturbed a slumbering Earth Elemental, and it had awoken, and wasn't too happy that these greedy dwarves were plundering the Earth of its resources.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah,
No,
that makes
no.
a whole lot of sense.
Much sense.
Yeah. So I wonder with the rust monsters, just digressing, at what stage they moved into the mines?
Rust monsters are always a problem for miners,
Yeah, I
especially
guess.
in ore mines,
Sure.
and they've certainly
Saw the opportunity.
exactly. You know,
Yeah.
no strangers.
Yeah, moved in on that.
So once the mine had been abandoned, it was much easier for
So it was like a month or two.
to at least a couple of months
Yeah, there
that
you
had
go.
been
Yeah.
abandoned for, since they were chased out by the Earth Elementals. So easy for them to move in and start eating everything
Yeah.
that was made of metal.
How did we go with the Earth Elemental? That's when I.
Oh, that was
that
a
when I
hard
used
fight.
the potion.
Yes,
Was
yes,
on that occasion.
that's right. Yeah, because that was a
Yeah.
really tough fight
That
because
was.
you're trying to belt it with a great club.
Yeah, which was fun.
It wasn't really effective.
That's right, because it was Earth. So what ended up doing the max damage was our friend Balazar.
Magic was doing normal damage.
was-
Everything else was resistant. Yeah.
Yeah, because Carrick was. Oh, not Carrick.
Balazar.
Pirate Steve was ineffective.
Yeah, he's
relatively.
running weapons
Yeah,
and
and he had the dagger and the cutlass as
Yeah.
well. And then I was hitting for bugger all. And Balazar at one point he rolled 6d10.
Oh, he rolled a crit on his inflict wounds
It was just
spell. It
nuts.
was crazy.
Yeah, so that was cool.
Even so, the 35 damage from that, which was good, and
Yeah.
then he did it again.
Thunder or something?
No, he did it again. He rolled
Yeah.
7 on 3d10.
That's right.
So it was like, yep,
yeah,
balanced
off,
out. Yeah. Well, that hurt it, but yeah, it was just an elongated fight because
So,
of its resistance to
Yeah, that was the
non-magical weapons.
Yeah.
So.
and I thought at the time to act as a meat shield, which I usually do anyway, but to act as a meat shield and let Balazar do the damage, and Pirate Steve was doing his little thing, and I think I might have got knocked down. Maybe not,
Yeah,
because I remember giving the potion to Balazar, because he was the damage dealer, and I had a few hit points or something like that. It was hard to actually...
Yeah, you did use your big superior healing potion.
which was a
and
potion for
that
40,
healed
which
him.
I carried for some time.
Yep, that healed Balasar back up to max.
I don't remember if I got knocked
I
down
think
or
you
not.
did get knocked
I usually
down.
do, you know.
I think you did.
But I managed to get back, and someone stabilised and then must have cast a spell on me because I've got back up.
Could have been.
Unless Pirate Steve poured a potion down my neck, but again, have
Not
to
sure
go
if
back
we
through
had
the
too
footage.
many of them left. They're running rare at the moment.
Well, we got
short supply.
nothing at the minute.
No.
Yeah, well, I think Morgane's got some, but anyway. So yeah, Balazar was the hero of that encounter. And destroyed?
Yeah, someone
That
killed
was-
it,
yep.
smote it, and it exploded in a cloud of
That was
dirt
cool.
and dust.
That was a real highlight too.
Yep.
And what do you know, this is the cool bit. We found, well, first of all, we found the amethyst.
Yeah.
Several, 10 amethyst
That's right.
shards,
Yep.
or whatever they were.
Small gems.
chunks.
Yeah. But more importantly, you'd found where the Earth Elemental had been hoarding all the ingots
Yes.
that the dwarves, in
So
an
we
effort
had-
to reclaim
Yeah.
the Earth's
Right,
resources,
so
so
that
it
makes
hoarded
sense
it
too. It's all starting to...
at the end of the chamber there.
So, when Balazar and I decided, well, I don't know if it was my idea, but to grab the ingots, Steve, unusually, didn't want to be a part of it.
No, his back was fucked, mate.
Yeah,
He said
he
his
used
back
that as
was-
an excuse, and
Oh,
that's fair enough.
Oh, I think it was fair
Yeah.
comment, you know, taking a few slugs in the battle, and you know, he even questioned the moral ambiguity, which
That's
is
what got
ironic
me.
for a rogue. You
That's
know.
what got me.
He
That was,
questioned the moral ambiguity of like, you know, well, I
Mm.
don't think what you're doing's right, and my back shagged, and
yeah,
Arr,
and reassurances
yeah.
were offered.
No, he
but
just
to little or no effect,
maybe he's
yeah.
lazy.
He didn't
who
want to
knows?
carry it.
No,
So I grabbed like, might have been 12 or something, I can't actually remember, it was quite a few.
you loaded up with as many as you thought you could carry
Yeah.
safely without.
Balazar grabbed a few. And of course,
overburdening, yeah.
what did we do? We returned to the port, to Ravensport, which,
Yeah.
interestingly enough, did start out as Ravenstown, but I quite like Ravensport.
Yeah, Ravensport,
Seems sort of
Ravenstown.
stuck, you know. But there you go. Anyway, grab the ingots and return straight to Bjorn Kegskuller.
Yeah.
Ding. How you going, mate? That's when we requisitioned items.
Yep,
So, you know,
and a
I
meeting
got my
with
armour.
him, you told him, and this is what I love about it,
Yeah.
knowing that you've seen the map now and
Yeah.
knowing that you've missed heaps of stuff, and
We said we
you
cleared it,
know,
didn't
yeah, it's all good. We've cleared out the mine.
Wow.
There was a big earth elemental, and
Yeah.
he was happy for you,
we?
and all that, and sent Jakob off to tell his cousin it's all good.
Sure,
and,
that'll be alright.
yeah, well, you know, when they get there, they'll be in for a small surprise, but that's all right, you know.
It's terrible.
Which may or may not affect your reward as well too, you know. But you did engage him in because you brought back some resources.
Yeah.
So, and look, I get that, but just Pirate Steve's lazy.
Oh, that's fair enough.
And maybe he did take a blow that hurt his back, you know.
Maybe,
But
yeah. He wasn't in on it.
yeah,
That's
maybe
right.
he just, you know. No, I think he's just lazy.
But the amethyst, what a bonus that was. After being so poor for so long,
Yeah.
worth like 100 each, as appraised by Pirate Steve.
Yep.
And we got face value, which was great. Except Balazar wasn't happy. He wanted a second opinion.
Yeah,
That's when he went to
yeah.
Foxman.
That's right. That's
What's
right.
his name?
Ferris the Fox, the pawnbroker.
Ferris the Fox.
Yeah, Ferris the Fox.
He managed to ferret, you know, a few gold pieces.
Oh
and
yeah.
Undervalued the items.
It's my job as DM to,
fair call. Yeah, he's not going to do
you
it
know,
for free.
ferret as much. Well, that's a
Yeah.
term, isn't it? Ferret.
Yeah. Well, it's-
Purloin. No.
Yeah. I like ferret.
Ferret. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's my job to ferret all your excess gold
Sure.
that I deem to be.
Yeah.
But you know, you're paying for a service that he provided, even though Pirate Steve had provided an appraisal, and
Yeah.
Bjorn was happy with the appraisal.
Give it up, mate.
That's right.
Give it up.
Only on Tuesday night D&D, real life.
Yep.
And he was
So-
happy with that, but he always trying to root someone for an extra bit of coin, and in this case,
Job done.
he got paid to have it undervalued.
Yeah.
He paid for it to be
Yep.
undervalued, so
So
or whether the value was 100 and the guy's
who
trying
knows?
to, you
That's
know,
right.
well, people got to make money.
We got the ticket
Yeah.
price for it.
Yep.
So I spent 200, which ended up being 300 because you know we're not getting book prices because, dude, the place is just short of supplies.
Well, he did do you solid. He you know, he did
gave
a bit
me
of a
discount.
deal.
It's
He
better
gave
than
you a
double
deal.
value. So
Then Pirate Steve do a deal for some weapons.
yeah,
And
yep.
a bit of adornment on them, and
That's right. You've got one silvered, so silvered cutlass.
oh
Which
yeah,
would be very
silver
heavy.
cutlasses and daggers.
Yeah, so that's cool. Did Tom buy anything?
He
What did he do
he
with
wanted
this?
to buy a warhammer that he thought
That's
he'd already
right.
bought and was using in the next combat.
that's right.
Yeah, which was like
Yeah.
hello.
Yeah, and I purchased the Warhammer as well. So the booty that we got from that fight, excuse me, it must have been, this is the next night when we did all this business because this is another night when Morgaine wasn't around and we were
Yeah.
tramping around town. We had 3 levels of exhaustion,
Yeah, it was mad. So
or 2 levels of exhaustion. And we requisitioned the items, so there's a 3-day wait on that. So we kicked the dog in town, went and spoke to Mistress Kirsten, but she wasn't, didn't really affect her. She did thank us for helping out her friends.
that's right. Yeah,
The
she's known
dwarves.
Mr. Kegsculler for a number of
Yeah,
years.
and once you're a friend of the dwarves, then, you know.
Usually always a friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
And I think that's when you're back at the Rat and Cheese, and Mitchell mentioned that Farmer Jones had come in.
Ah, that's
quite,
right.
Quite irate.
Yeah, that was some sad news. Yeah, so, I mean, in our modern day, when you hear of cattle being eviscerated, did we
But
get,
I think we missed one.
did we?
I think we missed one. Before you went back into the mine, the ogre ambush.
The bigger they are.
Yeah, the ogre
The bigger
ambush
they
before
are.
you went back into the mine.
That's right.
That's right, before the earth elemental.
Sorry, that's right. So the Earth Elemental is the bigger they are.
Yep,
This
three
is the magic.
amigos.
And the 3 amigos
Three amigos.
is returning
to the mine, yes.
and encountering the thing at the front of the mine, which was 2 trolls.
No, that Dolly Durka was before.
Yeah.
Then the
Dolly
Rust
Durka,
Monsters, then the
Rust
Stone
Monsters,
Defenders.
Stone Defenders.
Then you went back,
Yes. Then returned.
and there was the 3 amigos,
and
and then on the way it was
we
the
had
3.
it. So on the way to the
On the
mine,
way, yeah,
that's right.
yeah.
Is when you had a random encounter.
Planned random.
Yeah. So we digress. But yeah, so the three amigos
That's right.
was the...
the ogre fight, the two
Right.
ogres.
And how did we go with that?
I thought it was
We were reduced, I know that much.
reduced somewhat, but I thought it was my favourite part of it was at the end when Pirate Steve threw the dagger, hits the ogre in the eye, and and I thought, well, it's up on that incline, so it's sort of towering above you a bit.
That's
and I
right, they
thought,
had hills.
That's
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
and it sort of, he kills it, and it's like, it's going to fall to the ground. It's like, well, let's make this interesting. Let's make a dex saving throw. You know, you two, you and Balasar, and he rolled a gooch.
The fall.
That's right, it fell on him.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah, that wasn't the fight where he used the potion.
No, but that was just funny.
And we were both still standing at the end.
Oh, yeah.
So,
but it was funny to have him, roll a goocher on the save and
true.
like, bang, get squashed. Not enough to kill him, but enough for comic relief and have a laugh.
So watch that one. That's the three amigos.
The three amigos.
The one that we forgot. The unmissable.
Oh yeah.
Three amigos. The bigger they are.
Yeah, and then
the Bobo.
Farmer Jones. Yeah, because Farmer Jones. Mitchell told you Farmer Jones come in from the farming tenements up northern tenement, and he lost 3 cows overnight. They'd been eviscerated.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yep. But it wasn't the first time that it had happened.
You guys did nothing for a night, and then the next night
we camped on it. Yeah.
Yep.
There was more.
There was more carnage. 2 more cows had been eviscerated.
Yeah.
And
so
then you went and spoke to Farmer Jones.
Yeah. Now, what wasn't included on the footage there, because it was a bit long-winded and for various other reasons,
I love the music you had, the country music.
Yeah,
it was like
I've been waiting to use
it was
that
like
one.
Deliverance,
I was totally happy to use it. I couldn't believe it. As soon as you said farm, man,
I loved it.
I was all over that. Man. Yeah, I was very happy.
Loved the backing track on
Been
that.
waiting for an opportunity. There was discussion at great length between us players as to how we're going to tackle it and stuff.
Yeah, because I wanted you to come up with a plan.
Yeah, so my initial approach was to lock them up in the barns and then to either guard. I said initially to be inside the barn, and Balazar said that's a bit silly, which it is. We didn't even end up penning them in a barn.
No,
it's a bit long-winded how we came across fencing them in the middle of the field, close to the forest. So the idea was that when they came from the forest, that they'd be like 60 foot and we'd be able to see them as they approached.
I viewed the whole idea of you using his livestock as bait, really, to attract.
Well, it sort of was.
Yeah, that's how I saw it.
It sort of was.
I didn't want to say too much because I didn't want to upset Farmer Jones. But I saw how you were running with that.
Yeah. I mean, we could have stood in front of the cows.
You could have, yep.
And probably saved 2 cows.
Well, 2 more did die. Yeah, he lost Bessie, didn't he?
He lost bloody nearly the whole farm.
Oh, yeah.
And, and especially with town being so short on supplies.
Nearly had to sell his children off for magical experiments.
Yeah,
so.
Which I remember Balazar coming out with the beauty. He said something like, well, don't worry, the medical people will buy it. And then he goes, on a serious note, some other shit.
Another Tuesday night comment.
Yeah, it was good. But so that fight happened, and that was pretty. So again, we got caught out there.
That was the 2 owlbears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which initially was 1, but
yeah.
What caught us out is the DM reiterated. So what he's doing is awaiting, but we didn't really say we're watching, because it ended up being a surprise attack.
Yeah,
so we're waiting behind the fence.
It's stealth roll against your passive wisdom.
Yeah.
And
it's stealth as well.
Yeah, because we mentioned what's your passive wisdom, and then there was like 20 minutes later.
Yeah, there was a lot of
it should be on your sheet, whatever.
Yeah.
We worked all that out, and so it's stealth roll against your passive wisdom.
Yeah, which is 10 plus your wisdom. There you are. We've all learned something.
Yeah. It's on the sheets now, so that's why I was able to get right up close and eviscerate a couple more cows.
So 2 cows suffered, and the surprise round basically took care of 1, and then the second one was the start of the next round, which was, I can't say I was too unhappy at that point, because at least it wasn't attacking me. It's horrible, isn't it? But there you go.
No, I remember this fight was really funny because
Yeah.
you were bitching. Is that a right term to use, bitching?
I don't know. It depends on what we were.
You were bitching about you only had this
That's
two-handed club.
Yeah, bitching will do.
Bitching about, I've only
club.
got this two-handed club.
Yeah.
And two-handed weapon only does
It's a great
DA.
club.
And I pointed out the merits of it's a different type of damage.
And it's also wooden.
It's wooden, so the
Won't
rust
get rusted.
busters wouldn't need it. You know,
I wasn't hearing it. I had none of it. I didn't want nothing to do with it.
And I thought, well, with all that said and done, and then what happened during that fight, I thought it was great. How I resolved
that's
that
the
fight.
irony of it, you know.
Yeah.
Is it ended up being broken in half.
Because
Now one-handed.
how did you break your club?
Rolled a gooch.
Yeah.
The classic gooch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and broke it. But then it gave me the opportunity because I dropped my shield because it was a two-handed weapon. So then I could rock the D4 +4.
Well, you said you
Great
wanted
stuff.
to use, it's
Yeah,
like, I
I was
can't even
happy.
use my shield.
I was
then,
happy.
so
I had my shield.
it's almost like I accommodated for you.
It was very thoughtful.
I thought so.
Yeah. very
And
thoughtful.
comical,
Instead of just-
theatrical.
Yeah.
It fit the theme. That was the
You
undertone.
were
that
pretty
was
happy
running.
at the time. And I wasn't unhappy.
I
had
love
my
when you
shield.
guys roll a Gucci.
Yeah, it's
It's
always
great.
good.
It's
Always
great.
fun.
Someone's going to be happy. Someone's not going to be.
And another particular highlight, just because to let you know a little secret, I've been trying, I could use fancier sound effects, but I've been trying to build up my own stock library. And the call of the owlbear was a moment for me. But so Dizzy had the thing, it calls out in pain, and then it's returned by its mate or whatever, by another owlbear.
Yeah, another howl from the forest.
I was just really happy with that particular sound effect, so that was cool. Yeah, so as it's nearing its death, it basically called out for its partner or the other owlbear that it used to hang out with in much better days. Yeah.
The other one bounded out of the forest.
By the time he
feed
got
cold.
there, I think we'd just about killed
Yeah,
that one, and it was
Yeah.
straight on to the next one.
pretty well.
Yeah. And again, you know, somewhat reduced because we're still technically, I'm waiting for the Warhammer and my armour, and Balazar's waiting for his stuff and Pirate Seed, but
Yeah.
wasn't too much trouble that encounter.
No, I loved it how
Was
the
it was
second one
staggered
just
too?
bounded over the fence and
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah.
raced up to you.
Yeah. It was right in there.
Yeah, I loved using those fences as the paddock fences. I thought
And that's
that-
another thing that you guys didn't get to see because of the edit, and I didn't get. It was. It says no. It doesn't convey. It doesn't mean anything. But the fence was here, where we had him was there, and the DM was there. So my whole shot was staggered. Like I'd rather have probably the fence, the DM, and the fight. That would have been real cool. But it ended up staggered, and you just got the fight.
saw bits of
One
it.
camera, you know.
That's right. It was a good fight.
Early days.
And Farmer Jones didn't have to sell his kids for scientific experiments.
Yeah, and
So
that
the
was
kids were happy.
the cool thing was too is that it was just done for the glow of doing a good service.
Yeah.
And we pretty good at being quicker or whatever, but no bounty involved, no harm,
But
no
mind
foul.
you didn't point out that he lost 2 more cows.
No, we glossed over that.
No. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
we just let him know that we'd liberated. Yeah.
yeah, you have no more problems.
Mm.
We fixed it. Excellent. The kids will sleep better tonight.
And you wouldn't believe it, but after that we returned to Ravensport. You just wouldn't believe it.
For a long rest.
And for a long rest.
Wow.
Because we'd
Who'd
been
have
up all
thought?
night, you know, and all the rest of it, and recover another level of exhaustion. So by that stage, the way I look at it is like 3 days to 4 days waiting for the armour, etc.
Yeah.
That was day 2 of that. And returned to Mistress Kirsten as we do.
Yep.
Didn't
And
buy anything, dismayed.
but she announced that the Elven Council, there would be a couple of members of the Elven Council
That's right.
attending Ravensport very soon.
Which we'd almost forgotten about, really.
Mhm.
This
We've
Elven
been-
Council.
We've
has
been waiting
for a long time.
for a while for this, yeah.
In
so
fact, is that even in the episodes? The Elven Council.
it could be.
When did that? So that
I'm
was
sure
way back.
whenever you've gone to Mistress
Skeksis.
Kirsten, you've been asking about is the council. No, not you haven't heard back.
Yeah.
But now she has, and she's expecting their arrival in Ravensport in any time now.
Because I'm not sure if we really touched on it, but after Sir opened up the chamber which led to Skeksis, we returned to Mistress Kirsten to tell her about it, and she was a big player in imprisoning Skeksis and Rara, and we were admonished. And she said that she'd go talk to the Elven Council.
Yeah, she sent a message to the Elven Council, and finally going to meet with their representatives, and hopefully will enlighten you with some information which will move the main storyline along.
Yeah. So again, with that the Farmer Steve Morgaine was not there on that encounter as well.
Farmer Jones.
What did I say? Albert.
Farmer Steve.
I said Albert. Oh, did I say Farmer Steve?
Yeah, Farmer Steve.
I was just thinking Albert. So whatever I said.
How does that? Okay.
Because that was the Albert fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that was why my brain was there.
Yep.
It wasn't. There was no connection.
No.
Yeah.
The synapses are not firing
the
there.
truth.
There's too big a gap.
Yeah.
Too big a gap. So so everyone's very keen to find out what the council reps have got to say. So, and I can't wait either till Tuesday night D&D because it's Elven Council night.
Yeah. So that'll be different.
Yeah.
We're going to get some storyline progress.
Yep, main storyline.
Because we've sort of been, trying to keep away from the main storyline.
Well,
without Morgaine's involvement, as it were.
Sort of, side mission here or there.
Yeah.
It helps level you up a bit too.
Not a bad thing, really.
Nah, certainly not.
Still a little ways to go, yeah.
That's it, but level 5.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, so it's Pirate Steve, level 5, man.
That'd be very good, man.
Level 5.
I believe I get level 2 spells. I have to go double check, but I think that's level 2 spells.
Level 2 spells?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I get a few little bonuses.
Level 2. Pirate Steve get like 3d6 extra sneak attack damage.
Yeah?
Yeah, so instead of 2d6, it's like 3d6, so it's like, oh man, what a champion. Is this Pirate Steve's just too much. You, second level spells at 9th level. Sorry. Yeah, you get 2. You'll gain a first and get 2 second.
Yeah, so Misty Step and...
Plus extra attack and proficiency bonus.
Yeah,
everyone get proficiency bonus.
And extra attack is very good.
Yeah.
Because I've played a Palladium before, It's sort of a basic build, but I like it.
You get 2 attacks with your club now.
Yeah, when it'll be a Warhammer, so that's cool.
Club, shield.
Bit of both.
Loved it. That was funny. Sometimes you can't pick them any better. You can't script stuff any better.
No, that's right. Yeah. Balazar might have dropped his during that fight too, but it didn't.
Yeah, he threw his weapon away.
Break.
No.
He has broken his fair share though.
Yeah, it's gone
through bowstrings and whatnot.
Yeah, it's you got to try and take into account what are you fighting, and what works best for Dizzy really at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, no.
Well, it can't be like one set. It'd be a bit boring if it was just vanilla. All right, you drop it on your foot.
Well, that's why I thought you
mix it up
when you were pissing on about your great club and
sure.
And then I thought you really wanted a one-handed weapon and your wish is my command, sir.
That's it.
All you got to do is provide the relevant dice rolls and
good news.
And happy times. There you go. You got a single-handed weapon, so you can use your shield again.
Thank you, sir. Well played. Very kind.
No problem. No problem.
So that's where we're at, really.
I think so.
Another adventure in the Tuesday night D&D annual of goodness.
How much XP till level 5? I'm really keen.
See, I don't need that much. I think it's about 2 and a bit.
Oh no. I really
2,000 odd.
Can't wait for Pirate Steve to gain
6.5.
Yeah, 6.5.
I've got about the same as Pirate Steve.
Yeah, a little bit more. Oh wow. It's about 1,800 roughly.
Yeah, right. So not too much. Would be nice.
1,800. I could organise that all in one fight. How many people do you want? How many characters? 4 of you or 3 of you?
I don't want to die. I just don't want to die.
You could get that in one fight, technically.
Yeah, well,
if you lived.
Yeah.
How many PCs? All 4 of you or just 3 of you?
Well, it's going to be 4 of us.
Okay, so that'd be like one big monster?
I don't know.
That's worth like $7,000, 7,200 XP?
Just fuck that. Nah, I'll just wait, man.
Wow.
I'll wait. I'd like to go up a level because I think when the Elven Council returns, that things will move forward in some way that
Oh yeah, they've definitely got some interesting information to pass on to you.
Yeah.
Which is going to promote the main
Probably
storyline.
Skeksis related, I have no doubt.
Oh, it'll be nothing but.
Yeah.
Nothing but.
That's why we called them, wasn't it?
What? Skeksis?
Well, that's why they've been called, yeah, because we liberated Skeksis.
Yeah, you set him free from his prison.
Yeah, by accident, but you know.
Well,
it wasn't intentional, but it was.
I heard that your own words were you couldn't get the key into the lock quick enough.
Pretty much.
That's right.
Yeah, pretty much.
100%.
I didn't investigate.
100%.
Common factor.
Yeah. 100%.
And on Morgan's return to games night next week, which is a couple of days. Good times.
No, that's going to be good.
Yeah, you got it sorted.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. It's all here.
Stuff.
It's all here, man. And the next one as well.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. You're not going to like it.
No doubt.
That's
maybe I should try to level up first.
That's not going to help
you. The oldie bounty board.
It's not going to help you. I think some main storyline stuff would be good.
Yeah. To
get you on track. You know, even provide a distraction for you and you don't clear it out. You just like, oh yeah, this way, this way, this way. And we stumbled onto the end monster and gone back and told Mr. Kegsguller, yes, you can tell your cousin it's all good.
I don't remember me saying that we cleared it, but I must have done. I'm going to have to go review the footage. Somebody obviously.
Safe to return, tell your cousin, give us our money, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's how I'm sort of remembering it.
I'm going to have a look back at that actually.
Oh, you don't need to.
Yeah, I'll review the footage.
The gist of the conversation was that
we've liberated the mine.
Yes, and where's our money? And you know,
I never asked for the money though. On this occasion, I was.
Well, the money's coming.
More sedate.
Maybe part of the money.
Yeah. Want to get all of it if no one's alive.
Maybe some money. Some money's probably fair.
We'll see. If not, we might have to re-liberate the mine ourselves. Liberate it from the miners. Some fucking bounty. Good times.
Yes. It's always best to make sure you explore every nook and cranny.
Yeah, it's a fair call. Especially when you're trying to rescue somebody. Or rescue something.
That's it.
So yeah, stay tuned. Because
for sure
there's going to be stuff coming up that I've got no idea.
No, I'm so looking forward to Elven Council Night. You guys, seriously, for those who've been following and for those that have joined us recently, welcome to Tuesday Night D&D. Welcome aboard. Elven Council meeting, you can't miss this episode because it's gonna, be quite informative.
Be the Heartbreaker.
Oh yeah. Is it the Heartbreaker? Apparently that's the official title now.
Yeah, what sort of is, man?
What do we call it? Heartbreaker. Well, you know, for one of other terms, endearment, you know, like friend, buddy, pal, mate, overlord.